Here at the School Children's Trust section, we wish you the best of luck as you begin a new school year. We understand that you have many things on your mind and hope that this video will help your understanding of your school's community council and its roles. We will review council members and membership, elections, member responsibilities, rules of order and procedure or bylaws, and the creation of the School Land Trust Plan. The council members are as follows: the school principal, who is an automatic member and serves with voting rights without having to be elected. School employee members, who must be employed at the school and elected by school employees. If a school employee member is also a parent of a student at the school, they must serve as a school employee member. And parent or guardian members. These members must have children at the school for at least one of the 2 years of their term. Parents may serve 1 year before their children attend school, or they may serve 1 year after their children leave the school. Parents cannot hold an educator's license and work at the school they serve on the council for. They can hold an educator's license at another school in the district and be elected as a licensed parent member. There must be more unlicensed parent members than licensed parent members on a council. Parents are elected by parents of children enrolled at the school. Unless otherwise outlined in the Rules of Order and Procedure, before an election occurs, a high school council will have 10 members consisting of 6 parent members and 4 school employees, which includes the principal. The council must have at least a 2-parent majority. All other school councils will have 6 members made up of 4 parent members and 2 school employees, which includes the principal, unless the seating has been outlined otherwise in the Rules of Order and Procedure. Remember, a 2-parent majority is required. All election processes must be in the Rules of Order and Procedure before an election takes place. Rules of Order and Procedure are created and adopted by a council. Each district will set a schedule for an election to be held either in the spring before the last week of school or in the fall near the beginning of the school year. Elections will take place in person at each school unless electronic elections have been established by the district. If an election is held in person, the school will clearly explain to parents and employees the candidacy process and election process, including whether or not absentee ballots are allowed. If an electronic election is allowed, the school or school district shall clearly explain on its website the opportunity to vote electronically. Remember that parents vote for the parent members. An election process for school employees must also be established so school employees vote for the school employee members. When it is time for elections, a notice must be given at least 10 days prior that includes the date and time of the election, as well as the open positions and how to file. The principal will oversee the secret ballot election with results available upon request. After the election has taken place, the entire council elects its officers each year. The officers are the chair, who must be a parent member, and the vice chair, who can be a parent or school employee. Principals do not serve as officers. The council can determine if they would like additional officers, such as the secretary or treasurer, to be elected. Now let's review the responsibilities of each position of the Community Council. Principals. Your responsibilities start with overseeing the elections. Please make sure to enter your council membership on the School Land Trust Program website by October 20th. On the same website, please electronically sign the principal's assurance affirming that the school community council's election was held according to law and any unfilled positions were filled by appointments. You are also assuring the community council's bylaws or procedures comply with the Utah Code and Administrative Rule. Once a chair has been elected, they will set the agenda, conduct meetings, and keep written minutes. They will inform council members about resources on the School Land Trust website and welcome and encourage public participation. They will use yearly timelines and bring the rules of order and procedure to the council for review and adoption. Chairs can delegate responsibilities and meeting tasks to other council members. The council members are responsible for the implementation and creation of the School Land Trust Plan, adopting the rules of order and procedure, and advising and making recommendation for the school and its programs, as well as the district's programs. They may also advise and make recommendations for the Positive Behavior Plan, Child Access Routing Plan, technology usage and digital citizenship, and any other issues relating to the community environment for students. When holding community council meetings, remember that the principal is a voting member for all council business. All council meetings must follow the open and public meeting requirements, and a majority of the council, or a quorum, must be present at all meetings to conduct business. If using the required seating of 10 members for high school, 6 members create a majority vote, or a quorum. If using the required seating of 6 members for all other schools, a quorum of 4 members must be present for all meetings. A 2-parent majority is only required for the seating, not for a quorum of members. Rules of order and procedure, or bylaws, are a set of policies that govern behavior in a public meeting. Each year, the council should review the rules of order and procedure to ensure they still align with the unique needs and culture of the school. The required section of the Rules of Order and Procedure document are an outline of the election process, explicitly stated seating numbers open for all member types, the ambiguous language of up to, limited to, at least, etc. is not allowed. For high schools, it should read, there will be 6 parent members and 4 school employee members, including the principal. All other schools should read, there will be 4 parent members and 2 school employee members, including the principal. It is important to remember that a vote can be held to change the number of council member seats to include more than the requirement set by law. It is also important to remember that there must always be a 2-parent majority. Other requirements are how terms are staggered, a statement of how many positions are open in odd and even years to ensure half of the seats are open each year, the election process of the chair and vice chair, the reporting process for conflicts of interest, if required by the district, the removal of a member who moves away or fails to attend meetings regularly. This needs to have a very specific process for what behavior would call for a removal from office and the process of how a member's removal would take place. An example of a time to remove a member from office may happen in the case of life changes, such as an out-of-state move. Some suggestions for other sections to include in the Rules of Order and Procedure are public comments. How will they work in your meetings? How will items be added to the agenda? What will you do when there is a tie vote? Will you flip a coin as suggested in Robert's Rules? Or will a tie vote be noticed as a loss vote? How will you determine the majority vote? In Robert's Rules, the chair votes last as the tiebreaker. Will the chair not vote at all to avoid a tie? Are absentee ballots allowed? If so, what is the procedure for an absentee vote? If holding electronic meetings, remember they must be consistent with the policy of the local school board, and they must be in accordance with 53G-7-1203. If there is no current policy, the local school board can create one. Consider the challenges that might be encountered and how to address them, and add them to the Rules of Order and Procedure. Please note that email voting of any kind is not allowed. Remember that the Rules of Order and Procedure must be posted on the school website. A template is available for use on the Utah State Board of Education School Land Trust web pages. When preparing the School Land Trust Plan, the steps should always begin with a review of data and what you already know about the students in your school. Where are students currently, and how are they performing? This will naturally lead you to determine the greatest academic need and where students need the most support. When creating the goal, keep in mind it must be academic and it must be student-centered. It is helpful to ask, where would you like your students to be in 1 year? The final step is to determine what resources are needed for students to achieve the goal. When preparing the School Land Trust Plan, the academic areas of first consideration for elementary schools are mathematics, science, and English language arts. For high school, the academic areas of first consideration include college and career readiness and graduation rate increase, as well as mathematics, science, and English language arts. When determining measurement, think of how you will know that your students were successful. It is recommended to limit measurements to 1 or 2 meaningful sources that will indicate whether school land trust funds were successful in helping you achieve your goal. Too many measurements or variables make it difficult for your council to see if the school land trust funds worked or not. The action steps and expenditures of a goal need to explicitly state what school land trust funding will be used for and how it will directly impact the academic goal. Anyone picking up your plan should be able to follow it and make the purchases necessary to achieve your goal. When listing action plan steps, it is helpful to add a total of expenditures at the end of each action step in addition to the expenditure description box. These resources are available to help complete the requirements reviewed in this video. The School Land Trust Reporting website, the School Land Trust website with the Utah State Board of Education, and a template for rules of order and procedure and a checklist of school website requirements. Thank you for your time and for supporting the School Land Trust program. We will be reaching out with more videos and training opportunities as the year progresses. If you have any questions before then, please feel free to contact us.